What up guys, John Origins here. Today got you a UU battle and no preview today because I've been so busy of late that I cannot actually get to it. So let's just get into this battle against Azerty. He leads off with Credility as I my Rotom Heat. I'll go for the Volt Switch, predicting his Howling switching, and it works out perfectly as I'm able to go into my Hitmon type, go for the Fake Out, then proceed to go for the Mach Punch to take him out early on. I'm not particularly sure why he didn't switch out, because wanted to save his Houndoom, but I don't know. It would be useful against my Shaman, against even my Rotom Heat. It could be useful, my Zapdos, even my Configrass. Yeah, it'd be very useful against them Pokemon. So, I don't know, but he gets into his Rotom now, so I go for the Toxic, but he paralyzes me, and then I get fully paralyzed me, and I'm like, ah. Then he goes for the Hex, I'm like, oh my god, that's an interesting set. So at this point, I know he's got Thunder Wave, and I know he's got Hex. That's quite interesting. It's kind of similar to my thingy set, my Configrass set, because mine has Will-O-Wisp and Hex. So yeah, but this team is a new team. I don't think I've shown it except for maybe in a live cam. It's very offensive, based around a Crobat and Rotom Heat being a choice banded Crobat and choice specs Rotom Heat, and it works like that. But at this moment in time, I'm in with my Shaman against the Rotom, and I think this part of the battle is quite a long because it's quite a long battle because it's very stally, and I had to make some good plays here and there, but I made the obvious play here and went for the Elite Seed as he switched his Credility to a wall that I could have predicted that went for the Air Slash or maybe switched out into an appropriate switch, but I didn't. But now I'm free to go to my Rotom Heat, and knowing the Stealth Rock's probably coming, and I can go for the Overheat knowing that now his thing is gone, his Houndoom. I can go for an Overheat safely and do a really nice chunk to Muck there. But I'm not particularly confident a second Overheat will kill because of the special attack drop. So I'm going to my Configrass and then proceed to go from there. Of course, I get poisoned from the the poison jab because that's just my luck. But I do have rest on this set, so it doesn't particularly matter in the long run. As I go for the Will-O-Wisp, try and get this mug burned, but of course no. Apparently, it has a Lumberry, which I don't know. A couple of his Pokemon ran Lumberry this game, and I'm not particularly sure why. But then I see why. He's got a curse set. But straight away, I can go for the rest. I can let him curse up a bit more, and I do in fact carry the Haze on this Configrass. So after this, after a couple of turns of sleep, I can go for the Haze, get rid of all the stats, and make sure the Muk isn't a threat, because I don't know, the Muk would be a threat, but he has a negative speed, and he has got 36% health, so I'm not sure how much of a threat he would have been to the battle. And as you can see, his Shadow Sneak only does 34% at plus, so that's probably plus 3. And I'm able to get rid of all his stat boosts, and I'm set to go. So now he's going to predict me to go for the Will-O-Wisp and go into his Rotom. I was kind of thinking about it, that he'll go into his Rotom because of the Toxic, but I just didn't want to risk it. But now I go for the Hex after he T-Waves me, and I believe it takes him out because, I don't know, his Rotom is not very bulky. So I'm able to take him out straight away with the Hex, and bye-bye Rotom. So 2 of his threats are down. I'm in a confident position. My Configrass is working its magic as I switch out, not wanting to take any of its moves. A Scald is coming, an Ice Beam, whatever wants to come at me, I'm scared of it. As he burns my Zapdos with the Scald, of course. I don't have any Water type Pokemon on this team, so I can't really complain about the Scald not burning, but I don't know, it's just the fact that it's there. As I go for the T-Bolt on his Credility as he switches out. At this point in time, I think I actually go for the Heat Wave, thinking, oh, it's a Grass type. Boom, baby, straight away. But no, it's Rock Grass. So I would have been better off going for the Hidden Power Ice at this point in time. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that, and I die because of it. But I can go to my Hitmon top, scare him out with the Mach Punch potential, stuff like that, and try and get some sort of advantage going my way. As he knocked out my Zapdos, which I'm not particularly a fan of, as he goes for a Recover, and I get rid of his Stealth Rock. So I was kind of predicting a switch there, so I went for the Rapid Spin. I could have gone for the Toxic at any real time. So yeah, as he's touched with Stealth Rock. There's an alarm outside if you can't hear that. Sorry about that. I go for the Toxic. He has a Lumberry on that as well. And he goes for a Rock, so it doesn't do much, and he's still got Stealth Rocks up, but I don't care. I'm going for the Toxic either way. Even though the Muk switch could have happened, my Hitmon top is max defense. I can take a hit. I could have Rapid Spin the Rocks away, and it would have been all fine and dandy. His Credility is staying in now. It's not exactly the best play on his part. He could have saved his Credility for later on in the battle. Even though I do have a Crow, I do have a Rotom Heat that can handle it pretty well. It may be useful to have that extra Pokemon alive, but he does in fact switch out now. Because he does see the potential of it, but I don't see it happening against his team, as I can go for the Rapid Spin and take it out. Maybe he wants the Stealth Rocks up, so the Crobat I have cannot switch in much in this battle, which he doesn't, to be perfectly fair. So yeah, go to my Shaman, because my Zapdos is dead. My next best attacker for this Milotic is my Shaman. Of course, he gets another burn on it, and I can go for the Leech Steal. I can go for the Earth power or the air slash. Go for the air slash, but it's an Credility switch, and because leech seed was kind of obvious, but I do get the flinch, so it's all good. Now I believe I'm going to go for the air slash again. I think no, I'll go for the leech seed this time, knowing that he might switch into it, but he's not going to because he has the ice beam. It was obvious when I got the flinch and he stayed in that he has the ice beam, so I stayed in, went for the leech seed. I know I can take the hit. It's not stab. I'm max special defense, pretty much max HP, and yeah, so. I predict the ice beam this time, but he actually goes into his Credility, which I actually do not mind at all, because I can go for the HP ice and take him out very easily. HP ice, great move on this Pokemon. Flygon, Credility, anything like that will not be able to take any sort of hit. But Kingdra can, so I'm going to have to get the fuck out of there. I go into my Hitmontop purely as Death Adder, but he does in fact go for the Dragon Dance. I don't mind this because my Configurass is also max defense along with my Hitmontop, so I can go into that at any point in time and haze away any of his updates. I'm going to say updates, I don't know why. And just so it can't do anything to me, he does not take me out of the waterfall, which I'm not happy with, but I can go for the Toxic. And my Hitmontop does a lot during death. I mean, come on, I sent it in as Death Fodder, and it's got a really nice chunk in his Kingdra, and he's going to try to set up on me, because you think, oh, I can set up on you. But I believe at this point in time, he's almost given up, because he's still setting up. Maybe he was hoping for a Paralysis, something like that, but you know, he's just setting up and setting up. It's like he doesn't want to kill off my Hitmontop. He's going to die to Toxic next turn. He's going to die to my Mag Punch this turn. And bye-bye Kingdra. That's a waste, bro. What are you doing? So now he's only got his Milotic and his Muklev, which can easily be handled in the future. So I'm able to go for the Toxic with my Hitmontop just to get some residual damage. I know it has Marvel Scale, so it can, in fact, get some defense boost, but in the long run it won't matter. My Mag Punch is still doing a nice chunk, and I'm going to my Rotom Heat, go for the Discharge, Choice Specs, and it will rape it. It might live because of the Marvel Scale, but I'm pretty hopeful that he can't OHKO me because I am max HP as well. And he probably doesn't have much special attack investment into his Melodic. He goes for the Skull. Doesn't take me out. That's good. So he dies to Toxic. He can go into his Muck. I'm not particularly sure he can take a hit. I'm not sure if I can kill it. So I go for that. It almost takes him out, but doesn't. He goes for the Poison Jab, does a nice chunk to me. He's able to go for the Shadow Sneak next turn, take me out with a crit. Don't think that mattered, probably didn't. It doesn't matter in the long run anyway. I'm free to go into my Crobat for his first time. Go for the Choice Bandit, Brave Bird, and that is good game, people. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.